I'm Cam Merslack.
I'm Brent Lewis.
And you're watching the sneak peek of RTV from Studio A.
Pretty excited.
Brent, a lot of time, energy, and money involved in putting this studio together. I want to commend you for pulling your resources together, making this happen.
It's been a long journey since May. We've tried to keep this under wraps as long as we could. With all the excitement in this awesome studio, it's hard to keep a secret. This
is Studio A. We have B and C upstairs. We'll get to those at a later date. But we wanted to bring the viewers a sneak peek of RTV's Studio A. Brent, you have a background in the film industry. Let's tell our viewers.
I took off down to Malibu and Hollywood, California, and opened Real Serious Productions. I was just sick of being strung along by agents and managers and things like that, so I said, I'm going to open my own film company.
Okay. One of the I would say one of the funnest things to get involved with is reality TV, and that's where you got your start.
Yeah, I snuck in, I say, through the back door with Hardcore Club Restores, my first project, and I actually called you up and said, Cam, I need some help with this project.
Let's give the viewers the background to the show.
We take adult nightclubs and we find out the problems, whether it be the manager or terrible customers or even employees, and we get to the bottom of what the problem is, where the money's disappearing, and we take that club and we turn it around. Sometimes we have to fire an entire staff.
Right. This worked well for you. For 22 years, you were a bouncer at adult cabarets.
Well, during the day I built cars, and at night I had to take a second job, so I was a bouncer and security for nightclubs. I got a really good job in the adult business and decided that I knew the ins and outs and I could fix these places.
You spent a little time in Reno, Nevada, University of Nevada, and some other places. In the meantime, you came up with your second reality TV show.
Yeah, we came up with American Diesel Dogs. These kids in Reno put hundreds of thousands of dollars in these Ford and Dodge and Chevy diesel trucks, and then they were kind of like showing them off. You know, I'm talking chrome suspensions, things like that. And I said, you guys are going to race these on TV for reality. And they said, no, we're not. I said, no, you are. Yeah. And so we found a back road back on some BLM property, and we just filmed them for 3 months and came up with American Diesel Dogs.
Great. And you have a third reality TV project in the works. You're kind of getting started. You're close friends with Betsy Yoder that was on Breaking Amish.
Yeah, we're coming out with a new reality TV show called Swapping Amish, and it will star Betsy Yoder. For those of you who don't know, you can look it up. Season 2 of Breaking Amish, Betsy Yoder is one of the main characters. She's a really good friend of mine. She's also the co-producer of Swapping Amish with me, and she'll be coming on the show actually to do a segment.
Wow. So give the viewers a background for this particular show.
What we're going to do is we're going to take 4 Amish, 2 female, 2 male, and then 4 English, that's what they call us, and then we're going to swap lives.
Okay, so you're going to take an Amish from the farm and bring them to the city life?
Absolutely. One of my favorite things, and in reality you want to cause a little bit of drama, so I've got an exotic dancer that wants to become an Amish.
Which in turn means?
The Amish is going to have to dance on a pole.
Okay, which ought to be a night and day life experience, which is what reality TV is about. Bigger plans in the works.
Okay, the biggest one, and this is the first announcement on RTV, is Virginia City Wrath. We just finished a whole year of writing a movie script. It's been hand delivered to one of the biggest directors in Hollywood. They're going through my script as we speak. Great things happening with that. That's a feature film. We already have a commitment from Jenna Jameson. For those of you who don't know, she's going to play Julia Bulette. Julia Bulette was the biggest madam in the city of Nevada.
Yeah, I couldn't think of a better person to play the madam in your movie.
Right. And then we just got off the phone this morning with Mick Dodge, Legend of Mick Dodge from Nat Geo. Any of you know he lives in the Olympia Mountains of Washington.
And what was it? It was his treadmill is made out of
the riverbed.
The riverbed.
Anybody that doesn't know Mick Dodge, please look him up. He's on Nat Geo. Excellent show. He teaches you earth and wind and fire and all that good stuff.
It's kind of like today's Grizzly Adams, if you will.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. While Brent was in Malibu and Hollywood doing big-time television things, I was here in Amador County. I spent 9 years with TSPN. We had some shows there. We have some local talent here in the county. You might be surprised. Monique Grosade, a good friend of ours,
Absolutely.
had Mondays with Monique. She actually brought Brent onto the show for a cooking segment.
Yeah, she contacted me and said, "Hey, you want to come on my show and cook? I heard you know how to cook." And I said, "Absolutely." She says, "But it's live." And I said, "Well, I've never been on live TV, so it was nervous for me for the first 30 seconds. And then once I realized I was just cooking, I got through it. And plus, looking at Monique was great."
She is easy on the eyes, and she is a very talented lady, and we're happy to have her aboard here on RTV. Also, Chuck Borrow. A lot of people out there will know Chuck Borrow. Chuck would come on and do an entertainment report with me. We called it the Cam and Chuck Show.
He would missed the bell and the hat.
He'd come in with the crazy hats and the cowbell and the snare drum, and he would just, bring a lot of excitement and energy and let the people of Amador County know where our local bands were playing and when they'd be on. And sometimes bring in musicians. We actually had Scott Berrien, Richard the Rock Star, some of these people on the show before. So we'll be bringing back and revisiting the Cam and Chuck Show. Whole idea.
I love that show.
Yes, and we'll be bringing back some of the local entertainment and getting their shows out so people will know exactly when those are going to take place.
That's great. And I heard mention of Carol.
Carol Harper, yes. We've got media partners, so we've got Carol Harper and Jim Geedy and Jack Mitchell. These are all friends of ours. We're going to hopefully network with them to get some of this programming out to the viewers. Of course, you're going to see this on Facebook. We'll use Facebook. We'll use YouTube. We'll use all of the resources that we have to bring to you RTV.
Absolutely.
Studio One is what we're...
a lot of work, and I want to point out the monitors behind us.
Right, yes.
So,
I think you ended up purchasing 12 of them, if I recall. And that was just for Studio A.
Right, Studio A.
And we will have... we'll be producing shows. You'll see some of our backgrounds. We'll interchange them out. I actually see Gavin Myers as a comedian from a show at the Punchline.
Right over my head.
Right over there, right? And I'm Cam Merslack.
I'm Brent Lewis.
And you're watching the sneak peek of RTV, where we hope to be your latest and greatest television programming here in Amador County.
Thank you.